Hi guys, welcome back to 100% Mag. So hope you're all staying safe and well out there. So the news has been broken. Harvey Barnes is joining Newcastle United. He's right now at Darsley Park training ground and he is undergoing his medical for Newcastle United. And once that medical is complete, he will complete his deal to Newcastle United for a fee of 38 million now. Reports are coming from Craig Hope that the fee is 39 million. Fabrizio Romano is saying that the package of this deal is 38 to 39 million for, of course, Harvey Barnes to Newcastle United. When you look at that, that is an absolute steal for what you are getting for Harvey Barnes. He's a proven Premier League player. He knows what he's doing in the Premier League. Of course, he's only just recently been relegated with Leicester last season. And of course, he's only 25 years old as well. So he's going to fit in right with the mould of all of the other players that are at Newcastle United right now. And we have a very good squad being built here. We've got a potential Premier League winning squad being built here. A cup winning squad being built here. You can see that this has been well thought out by Eddie Howe and Dan Ashworth and everybody at Newcastle United with the recruitment that we are doing in these transfer windows since these owners have come in, of course, back when, of course, they first took over the club. And there's been some fantastic investment so far, and Harvey Barnes is yet again another player that is a perfect move for Newcastle United. He'll fit in well with the group of the lads that are already there, and he will be absolutely amazing under Eddie Howe's tutelage as well. If he can do what he's done there, as you can see up on screen, in the past two Premier League seasons in a squad like Leicester. Now, that's no disrespect to Leicester in any means, but when you consider Leicester's squad up against what we've got now, I would say definitely that Newcastle's squad's miles ahead of anything that Leicester's got in past two seasons, of course, and of course right now as well. We've got a fantastic squad being built here, and now Harvey Barnes is going to be part of that. Now, for this deal to happen, of course, that meant that we would have to get rid of somebody. That somebody was, of course, Alan St-Maximin. Now, we could see this one coming because, of course, he is probably one of the highest saleable assets, of course, without having to get rid of any of the new lads that we've brought in, like Bruno or Sven Botman, or even Alex for that matter, because obviously we want to keep them lads and build forward with them in the team. Maxi, of course, unfortunately, was just failing to impress of late. Yes, he scored in our first pre-season game against Gateshead at the Gateshead International Stadium, and he got himself an assist as well, which now turns out to be, his last Newcastle United game. So it was nice to see that he did end it off on a high with an assist and a goal before, of course, moving off to Al Ahly in the Saudi Arabian League, of course, where we've seen quite a few big Premier League stars going over there. Riyad Mahrez has just signed today for Al Ahly in the Saudi Arabian League, and of course, this is a team that, Saudi Arabia quite importantly puts at the front of their focus. This is a team that they really do like quite a lot. So obviously this is a team that is going to be able to, get a lot more of the higher quality signings going into the team. And of course, the deal for Maxi will be 30 million. That's been reported by Craig Hope. I've heard reports coming from quite a few different outlets saying that it could be 35 rising to 40, which that is a fantastic deal, especially when you consider, the injury worries with Maxi as well. We're getting a pretty good deal there. We're bringing in a fantastic replacement in Harvey Barnes as well. And he's only 25 years old, Harvey Barnes, and Maxi, I believe, is 26, so he's a year younger than Maxi. So we're getting a player that's a year younger and a player that is a proven goal scorer and can get assists as well, as you can see, of course, by the stats that I just had up on screen before, of course, where, combined Premier League goals and assists in the past two seasons. Harvey Barnes leading the line on that one is 30. Maxi just behind him, of course, by quite a bit. It's 16. Then, of course, Miggy in at 14, Joe Linton 12, Willock at 11, Gordon, of course, in at 10, but I'm sure Gordon will improve that this season. And Murphy as well, I'm sure he will improve on that as well this season. Same with Joe Linton, same with Almiron as well, and Willock as well. So I'm sure we will be seeing some fantastic numbers coming in from all of them lads, of course, this season forward. Moving away from the news of Harvey Barnes and Maxi, we will cover, of course, the recent news that's come out from Scott Wilson of the Northern Echo, who is seeing, of course, the transfer latest on Bournemouth are closing in on a deal for Carl Darlow, and the NUFC keeper will be given permission to fly back from the US to complete a deal, a move if the financial aspects of the deal can be agreed. Now, there is some news going around from a few ITK accounts. I believe they are ITK accounts, everything NUFC, coming out and saying that Bournemouth interested in Darlow for 6 million. So if it is 6 million, 6 million for Carl Darlow, that is a pretty decent fee, I've got to say, especially when you look at the way he's performed in the game against Gateshead. He didn't really impress that well, and then the game against Rangers, again, he wasn't very fantastic in that one neither, so we'll have to wait and see on what the fee is, but it is good news that we are seeing some departures from the club, of course, because we do need to get rid of players so that we can then bring in them new recruits like Harvey Barnes and other players as well. And I'm sure we will see some more signings in this window as well, as it is only at the moment the 20th of July, and of course the window is open right the way until the 1st of September, I believe it is. So, plenty of time left to bring in some more signings as well. But as of right now, Newcastle United's Harvey Barnes is at the training ground, and he will, of course, complete the deal today, and then we'll probably see the unveiling of him probably tomorrow, maybe today, who knows, but it may be tomorrow for the official unveiling of him as a Newcastle United player. But we've got our man, we've got who we wanted. It was a target of Eddie Howe's for a few windows now, and we have gotten him, so that is going to be an interesting one to see how we can do for Newcastle going forward. But let's know your thoughts anyway down in the comments below. Of course, Newcastle are out in the United States right now. As you can see, there's a picture here of them last night at the Atlanta Braves game for the MLB. Watching, of course, the Atlanta Braves playing a game there last night. So that is nice to see that they're getting a bit of bonding going over in the United States as well. And then, of course, our first game in the United States will be in 4 days' time, of course, when we take on Aston Villa. That's going to be a midnight kickoff here in the UK, but of course, it'll be a 5-hour difference in the United States, so they'll be, of course, 5 hours behind us. For any fans that live in the States will understand that, of course, and for us fans here in the UK, we'll have to watch the match at midnight. Here in the UK. It is live on Sky Sports for the Summer Series tour, because it is a Premier League tournament. But let us know your thoughts anyway down in the comments below. As always, remember to hit like, share and subscribe to the channel. Also consider donating to the channel or joining the membership. The membership's only $1.99 a month. You do get perks, of course, of a shout out on the channel once a month, and you do get priority replies on future videos going forward, of course, as long as you are a member. And of course, the donations, any donations are welcome. And until next time, I'll see you in the next one. However, lads.